The Kentucky Wildcats are making the trip to Columbia, Missouri to take on the Missouri Tigers. A basketball game on senior night that has a lot of implications for SEC tournament seeding, for NCAA tournament seeding, a lot on the line for Kentucky in this basketball game. And we'll talk about it on today's episode of the Wildcats Today Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Stefaniak, writer over at Kentucky Wildcats on SI. Joined as always by Carson. Nash. Carson, it's the weekend, so we're fired up at the early game tomorrow, though. We got a nooner. Nooner road games are like tough ones.
Those Nooners for the Nooners is what I'm hearing. It's going to be an early one. We got to get up and at them early, which is, I think it's a positive situation for us, honestly. What time change is it there in Columbia?
It's an hour back. I think
okay, so it would be 11 o'clock tip their time? Tip.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I like that because early tips, maybe the crowd's not all the way involved yet. Maybe the players just woke up at 10, rolled out of bed. So maybe the energy levels aren't all the way there because I know that place has been a very tough place to play this year, and in recent history, it's been a tough place to play.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for those students out probably having a good time on Friday night to get up at the behind crack of dawn and get out and get to the game. So hopefully that works in the Cats' favor. But it is senior night. That's the only thing. It's senior night. I'd love to go play spoiler. We've seen a lot of senior night spoilers. I mean, Alabama lost on their senior night. I'm trying to think if there's no, Oklahoma actually won on their senior night. But I was thinking of senior nights. So it'd be fun to go and ruin their all their family's times and everyone flies in for that and the Cats just win by 15. That'd be ideal. I could support that. But hope, maybe like the dinner after for the team with their families is enjoyable, but like they lose the game, all for it. So Missouri's a good basketball team that has been playing bad basketball of late. So in their last, they've lost to Oklahoma this week. They lost to Vandy on Saturday. They beat South Carolina, lost to Arkansas, beat Alabama. So really they've played Arkansas. So like these games, if I'd have told you how good Missouri's is, and I'd have read off this schedule to you, at Arkansas, South Carolina at home, at Vandy, at Oklahoma, you'd probably say they need to go like 3-1, maybe 4-0 or whatever. And they're 1-3. So it's not gone well for them of late. But a team that can shoot at Carson, they've got players that can get hot at any point. So what are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, the thing that scares me about Missouri, and it has worked for many teams that have this position filled this way against us, they have Mark Mitchell, which is a small ball forward who can kind of dribble the ball. He's a facilitator. He's pretty good at everything. He's just undersized for his position. But those 6'9", 6'8" forwards have killed us all season long because they've been much more athletic than Andrew Carr and Ansley Almanor on our team. So I look for that to be a big spot. You got to hold him in check because those guys have been able to kind of get whatever they want against us.
Yeah. He's a good player. I mean, he's the Duke transfer, right? He came over from Duke. So, he's played in some big-time basketball games. He's a good player. He's played in this conference, which is, as they say, maybe the best ever. But at the end of the day, the guy that scares me, it's Caleb Grill, a dude that can just absolutely get hot from deep. And when he gets hot, he can get real, real hot quick. His last 5 games, 16 points, 28, 22, 13, 25. Even when they're losing, he's shooting the ball well.
And if I'm not mistaken, he comes off the bench for them, doesn't he?
Let's see. I have not watched a lot of Missouri. Let's see.
I'm pretty sure he was I
watched their game
of the year.
I watched their game against Oklahoma, and I think now that you say it, though, I think you're right.
Because he would definitely.
Yeah, he does. He does. Yeah. Which is funny because he's their leading scorer, kind of the Jackson Robinson. Of Missouri, comes off the bench, and scores a lot of points. You'll see teams do that. A lot. They've got a guy, Anthony Robertson, who averages 9 points a game starting for them. They've got they might be pulling the whole the Vandy thing where they list all their players as guards. Because I don't know if I'm buying Trent Pierce, the 6'10" sophomore guard. I don't know if I'm buying that.
Yeah.
But
Familiar face on there, Mr. Hometown, Mr. Warwick.
Oh yeah, Warwick. He was Henry Clay, right?
Mr. Basketball, yeah.
Henry Clay. Averaging about 7 points per game. He was in KU, right?
Yeah, he was. He transferred.
And he's doing some good stuff. Hey, he scored 10 points in the loss to Oklahoma the other day. I mean, you'll see him out there, the hometown kid.
Putting on for Lex. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out. Yeah, that is always cool to see the Lexington kids getting out there and playing ball somewhere. But I anticipate, Carson, this being a high scoring basketball game. I mean, on the year, Missouri averages 84.6 points per game. I'm going to pull up KenPom and see where their numbers are. I think they're kind of similar to us in the way, they're the number 5 overall offense. We're the number 6 overall offense. But their defense is 69, which, I mean, isn't great. It's not nice. And ours is 56. So tell me this, Carson. How are they ranked 15 in KenPom and we're ranked 16 when our defense is, or our offense is 1 spot behind their offense? And our defense is 13 spots better than their defense.
Seth Greenberg, gotta be. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not sure. I guess analytically, the gap between them, I guess, adds to where it is mathematically. But I don't know. That is surprising. That doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Anything from now on that goes wrong in my life, Seth Greenberg. That's a new life rule. Stub my toe, Seth Greenberg. You know what I mean? That's just gonna be that's my new thing. That's really fun. But yeah, I mean, they're a great offensive team. I mean, if you don't tell me your final score prediction. We'll save that for in a minute. But I mean, 90s, 80s, where do you have the number? I mean, right now, where would you say that?
Yeah, I'd say probably 90s, just the way they score and the way we score. It's gonna be a fun game, I'd think.
2 defenses outside of the 50s, 2 offenses inside the top 8. I mean, inside the top 7. I mean, that says a lot about what this game could be.
Could an early start impact that? Could our legs be a little sore because we're a little bit older? Both sides.
Yeah,
we're getting up in age in college, so it takes a little bit for me at least to get up in the mornings.
To get up. I need if I had a game at 11 at their time, it's obviously noon here in Lexington. I'd have to be up at about 6:30 to be prepared for that, with a lot of stretching, and a lot. I mean, I went on a run the other day. I've gone on a run every day this week, dude. I mean, my legs right now, gelatin, just from a run. Man, we're not 19 anymore. We're not. We're in our almost mid-20s, which is really scary to say that out loud. That's kind of crazy to me. So yeah, Mark Mitchell and Caleb Grill are 2 really good basketball players. Guys that, I mean, they have an effect. And then they've got their guy, Josh Gray. I believe he came over from South Carolina. Yes, he was at LSU before that. Yeah, 7-footer, 260. It might be interesting to see how they use him because he normally
he's a thick guy. He's a big boy. He looks like Amari Williams, but he's not.
But I wonder if they might play him a little more to try and combat Amari Williams.
Could be, but then they lose a little bit offensively.
They do, yeah. Because it's funny. In 15 minutes, he averages 3 points a game.
Yeah.
So he.
It will be interesting to see how they play us as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, those are kind of the Missouri guys to pay attention to. Grill, Mitchell, those are the guys that we're, we have our concerns about we need to be paying attention to.
Tamar Bates and Robinson both shoot over 40% as well. So
yeah, no, I mean,
those are guys you're going to have to, pretty much the whole team, you're closing out. We're running you off the 3-point line, hopefully.
I believe that they're the second best shooting team in the SEC behind us. Let me tell you if I'm wrong about that. Yeah, they are. We're tied. We're exactly tied with them. They shoot 37.373. We shoot 0.373. Auburn shoots 0.372.
So we can't allow penetration to lead to open looks, which is why I highlight the Mark Mitchell matchup, because if he's able to penetrate on Carr or get inside and get layups and easy buckets, then it allows them to get way more open and our defense to collapse. So we're going to have to play some physical defense.
I've got a fun bet for you we're going to make real quick. This is for a beer next week in Nashville. All right. And I'll let you set the number and pick your side, and I'll take the opposite because I think
this one. The stakes are higher. Okay, so there's a place in Nashville that I went last time, and there's a scorpion shot that you can take, and a scorpion comes with it that you you drink it down. That's what we're doing.
Oh, okay. I mean, if we've been at Robert's Western World for 2 hours, sure. If it's like start the night, no shot in this earth that happens. So here's my question, Carson. Between these two teams who both shoot 37% from three, how many made 3-point attempts are there between the two teams? Set at the line, set like 0.5. So made 3-point attempts between the two teams. And then you can take the over or the under, and I'll take the opposite side and put a beer on it. I think this is a
22.5.
That's way too high. You want the over on that?
No. I think that's where I would set it at. Because I think realistically
11 made per team.
No, I know. But realistically, if Kentucky is going to be – I'm saying this because realistically, Kentucky's best version of itself was like against LSU where we shot 32 3-pointers or 31, however many, over 30. I think if Kentucky can get to the 33-point threshold every game, I think percentages work out in our favor to where we'll be able to win a lot of games.
All right, how about this? 18.5, you take the over, I'll take the under. Made.
I'll take the over. 18.5. Give me 18.5 every time.
You want that? All right. 18.5 made 3-pointers for a beer in Nashville. I'll take the under, you take the over.
That's
so
fair.
Y'all got to pay attention to that.
Take it.
Scorpion
shot.
Oh, good gosh. Side bet.
We'll get it on film.
Yes, well, we will. That'll be our new intro. Welcome on into Scorpion Shot today. So I think, the point of that, bringing that up, Carson, is I think there's going to be a lot of attempted and a lot of made threes in this basketball game coming up here on Saturday. So that's my thought. Oh, and also we just said something about LSU. If yesterday for those of you that missed it, we talked about the LSU game and then talked about scenarios for SEC tournament seeding. So if you missed that, go check it out
and talked about the top 3 categories that Andrew knows best.
Yes, so that's in there too. That's a little what's it called? Easter egg. You got to go find it. Yeah. So other thoughts? I mean, so we talked about the Missouri side of it, players to watch out for. But who for us do you think needs to play well, Carson?
I think it's a big day for Ortega, really, because you want to see him go up against – I don't think their bigs are that good. Mm-hmm. So you can penetrate them on offense and allow, like we said, penetration leads to open looks. Yeah. So if you can penetrate with Ortega, and I think his matchup against what's his last name, Grill, is going to be crucial for us in the long run for that game. So I think Ortega is my guy to watch alongside Andrew Carr against Mark Mitchell. Those are 2 biggest matchups, and I think Ortega is gonna dominate again like he did against LSU. Yeah, and then we talked about we talked about this in previous shows, Carson, but I think that Ortega's is best when the bigs, kind of clearing out and he's able to get to the rim and they're not clogging it up and they don't run a lot of. So I think that this is a game that sets up well for Ortega to get to the rim, which once again, he's not been shooting the 3 ball. We know who he is. He wants to put his head down and go to the hoop. So and they let up a lot of points. So this is going to be, we're going to be able to do not as much as we wanted to do against LSU. Like everything was open in that game, but it's going to be a game where your offense is going to be able to flow. So well, depending on the way the refs call the game, if there's any tempo, the SEC, but. It should be up and down game. It should be a really fun game to watch.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be a fun one. I wish it was. It's probably better for our chances of winning that this is a nooner. But it'd be fun if this was a 6:00 game.
I think it'd be much better. I'd like it to be a 6:00 game.
Yeah, but so here's the interesting. This is opponent 3-point field goal percentage. Ours actually is 6, so opponents are shooting 30% against us from 3. Mm-hmm. Missouri opponents are shooting 33%, so they're not the best in conference when it comes to guarding the 3-point line. So this could be a game where we really maybe it's a Brea game. Maybe he gets hot from deep and gives you 25 in route to a big win for the Cats. So
I'd love to see us. I think the keys to the game: keep the turnovers at a minimum. I'd love to see us get over 30 3-pointers attempted. I think we need to focus on that number for the rest of the season, because I think we're not good enough against these other teams and deep enough right now with our injuries, with Jackson out. I think we really need to focus on getting as many threes up as we can, because that's where we succeed.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. That's a good thought there. Any other players that need to play well in this one, Carson, or you want to get to talking about MVPs and score predictions?
No, I mean, I think Lamont and Amari have to be themselves. They've been dominant all year. So I think Lamont has to dictate the pace. Can't let Missouri get too up or down. Like you can't let them get too involved and too up. The crowd can't get involved. So we're gonna have to no big runs. You're gonna have to kill on defense, get kill stops. So it's gonna be a big game. It's huge for our seeding implications too. So it's a massive game tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I'll go first today on the MVPs and the score predictions. This is a big game, ladies and gentlemen. We've talked about seeding for SEC. You can go back. We discussed it on yesterday's show. Talked about the players that we need to watch out for. And yeah, I think a good shooting day from Brea. Ortega's got the opportunity to get to the rim. Andrew Carr's got to have a good day with Mitchell. Amari, it needs to continue to be Amari and play the way he has. But this is a big one for the Cats. And if you win, you're in a great spot for a 3 seed in the Big Dance, and potentially, all the way up to a 5 seed in Nashville. So a lot to play for tomorrow. We're looking forward to it. Big game. So I think that I've said it. I think we're due to win a Saturday game. We haven't won a Saturday game. You know our last Saturday win?
Give me a second. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. This was it. How long ago was this?
1 month tomorrow.
1 month tomorrow. Shoot.
We were at your house watching it.
Oh, South Carolina.
Yeah. We beat South Carolina, lose to Texas, lose to Alabama, lose to Auburn, and now back a whole month later, and it's Missouri. So we haven't won a Saturday game as of tomorrow in 1 full month.
Bad day to beat Missouri.
Yeah. So I think we're going to win tomorrow. I think we're going to win 89-85. And I think Kobe Brea is going to have a 20-plus point game. I think he's going to shoot the ball well. They don't defend it well. We need to shoot and make a lot of threes, and I think Brea is going to provide that.
Yeah, I got us at 92-86. I think Ortega is the player of the game. I think Amari continues to dominate at his position. And, yeah, the big win for the Cats I'm predicting. So hopefully that comes true.
Yep. And it'll be a big one. It'll be a fun game. This will be a really fun basketball game. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, and a little Easter egg for this show. Clay just asked if he should wear jeans to golf.
Ooh.
It's like his first time coming out. He's like,
JP
texted wear a polo and a pullover, and he's like, with jeans.
I mean, come on, we got to hear me out. I think that you can wear now. I wouldn't wear jeans golfing just because, it's kind of a weird feel. But I mean, you went to Meadowbrook, you can wear jeans golf, and you can't to Keene or LCC here, but I mean, you can.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, if you're gonna wear jeans, you might as well just wear sweatpants. That's
valid. That's valid. That's funny. That's funny. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're on the fight for 2,300. So really appreciate y'all being here, tuning in, hitting that subscribe button, hit that like button. All helps us out a lot. Enjoy the game. It's going to be a fun one. Big one coming up next week. We'll have a lot of SEC previews. Carson will be down there. So hopefully we make a deep run and we'll have some
Maybe we get some content down there.
Some basketball content, not scorpion shot content, but maybe both. Who knows? So be ready for that. It'll be a fun week next week. A lot of fun content. So hit that subscribe button. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the game, and we'll see you next time on the Wildcats Today podcast.